It's time for Cigar Talk, the fastest growing cigar show in the nation. Whether you're a new cigar enthusiast or a cigar aficionado, we have something for everyone, bringing you the best interviews, cigar reviews, and weekly giveaways. So grab yourself a cigar.
It's time to light 'em up.
Welcome back, Cigar Talk. I'm your host, Rob Jones. We got Bryant Falconer, co-host extraordinaire.
Man, gone with that.
How you doing, brother?
Man, I'm doing good. Doing good.
Awesome, man. Had a good week?
Yes, sir.
Awesome,
yes, sir.
Awesome. So let's talk about what we're smoking.
Oh, I'm smoking the
Whitted Rose. That was a gift from one of our Patreons, Zeka. I'm not real sure, but he's a great dude. I talked to him on occasion on Discord. He's always got very interesting things to say. He one night he was smoking, and we were chit-chatting, and, you know, I'm smoking like a La Aurora Corojo.
Okay.
And, you know, that's like a $7 stick. He's smoking like 1926 Padrones, like they're just going out of style. I was like, dude.
Like the trees in his backyard.
Yeah. So anyway, thank you, Zeka,
Yes,
for
sir.
those.
Yes, sir.
You know, we smoked them on the pre-show that we do for the Patreons. If you guys aren't Patreons and you'd like to support the show, go by our website. There's a link for that. You can click on it and become different levels, different tiers.
Yeah.
But we do a pre-show every week, which is basically the non-appropriate material for the podcast.
Yes.
And, you know, it's just us having a good time, smoking cigars, drinking bourbon, or talking noise, all that good stuff. But we want to say thank you to our Patreons. They support the show
every day, man.
You know, actually, before we started the show, we tried to do a 3-camera setup. Apparently, that's going to take a little more work. It's not cut and dry like I thought it would be. But anyway, it is what it is. Also, let's say, let me tell you what I'm smoking right quick.
Yeah,
last week, I forgot to say what I was smoking. Yeah. This week, I'm smoking a Romacraft Aquitaine.
Great stick.
Great stick. We're going to talk a little bit about Romacraft coming up. There's been some drama going on, and it's not really directed or coming from Romacraft, but a cigar shop. So we'll talk a little bit about that in a little bit. Anyway, let's give a shout out to our sponsors. We got McAuliffe Cigars. McAuliffe Cigars has been with us for a long time. We're very thankful. And
you know, I can't remember a time without them, man.
So, you know, I remember a time without them because that was the time that I was chasing them.
I was on that paper chase.
Yes, I was. But, you know, those guys have the ambassador program. Yes. They have the passport. They do so much for the brick and mortars. They pulled their cigars out of Cigar Internationals. I mean, they really support the brick and mortars. And so if you're not an ambassador, go by our website, click on the link. You can become an ambassador. They send you a coin with your own personal number on it. Hey, and I got corrected by Bill White.
Yeah, he sent it to me, too.
It was 62, not 65.
It's 62, bro. I said, Rob said that. Oh.
Yeah, so then I guess he hung up and contacted
you.
So anyway, they send you a coin with your own number on it. They send you a handwritten certificate. You become part of the family.
Yes.
And there's a Facebook group you can join that's just for ambassadors. It's a great community to be a part of. So make sure you go by and check out McAuliffe Cigars. And I mean, 4 to 42. 4 to 42.
Thank you.
I mean, they've got a blend for everyone, a price point for everyone. They knock it out of the park.
Yes, sir.
And then let's talk about our other sponsor of cigars, and that's Viva La Vida.
Viva.
Those guys make some great cigars. I know you are a big fan of the Club 500. I'm a big fan of the Torpedo, but, you know, AJ Fernandez blended the cigar.
Oh, yeah.
It is a masterpiece, and it's a beautiful stick. It's got a nice oily wrapper. Oh, the label, the band, is something you've never seen on anything else. And what I love about it was a girl who worked for them at their cigar shop was an artist. She designed the art for the band. They kept it in the family. You know what I mean? And so
that's what makes it strong, man.
So if you guys haven't had the opportunity to smoke a Viva La Vida, seek them out. Seek them out. You're not going to regret it.
You are missing out. I'm going to have to say it. You're missing out, bro.
Yeah, exactly. And I got to announce the winner from the contest we did on the posting pictures of Viva La Vida. It's JT.
For real?
Yeah, JT won. He posted a picture of a Viva La Vida, of course, with his artisanal tobacco patch, and Cigar Talk stickers and poker chip. And anyway, he was the winner of the contest, so we'll be sending out this travel humidor to JT.
Yes, sir.
Congratulations, brother. He's also one of our Patreons.
Yes, he is.
So anyway, let's talk about our other sponsor,
The Leaf.
The Leaf, the local Abilene tobacco shop. They have a huge selection of pipe tobacco, pipes, accessories, cigars, and their humidor is now one of the largest humidors that I've been in.
It is a joy to walk in there. You walk in there, and it's like, you know, those hallways in the House of Horrors.
Yes.
Look like it just keeps going and going and going.
Yeah, they knocked it out of the park.
Yes.
I mean, the entire lounge is fantastic.
Oh, most definitely.
You know, if you want to hang out, there's plenty of seating. There's football games on the big screen. The customer service there is fantastic. The coffee is the best.
10:30 Saturdays.
Yeah, 10 Saturday on Saturday, you'll find me and Larry and Bryant and Ed there every Saturday at 10 a.m. And so, you know, go by and check it out.
Yes.
And then it's located on North 2nd at 1166.
1166.
And so if you're even driving close to Abilene, it's not that far off the interstate. Go by, check out the Leaf, let them know, you know, you heard about them from Cigar Talk.
And then get back on the highway and keep traveling.
Yeah. So,
but stop by.
Yes. So anyway, we've got a few topics we're going to cover tonight. Let's start out with the different wrappers.
Okay.
You prepared some information. Let's go ahead and jump on that.
The producers came up with a question, and it was, what is the difference between Habano, San Andreas, Brazilian, and Cameroon?
Which are all very unique wrappers.
Yes. And starting off in my research, I found out about the Brazilian, and it is
grown in Brazil.
Yes.
Dang, I'm good.
That wasn't hard. That Lubbock education came in. But it is a wrapper that exhibits a dark, sometimes a jet black shade to it. But when you
like
touch it,
Oscuro
yes, but when you touch it at first, it's dry. It has an astringent coffee bean and black pepper notes with a bit of sweetness, and they are common. They really are common. You'll be surprised how many sticks have a Brazilian wrapper around them.
Really?
Yeah.
I know I've smoked some Brazilian wrappers just because, you know, I read before I smoked it. One of the main ones is the CAO Brazilian.
And that's one of the ones that's on there. And that was actually one of my pick sixes for this week.
Oh, okay. Cool, man.
That's a good stick.
It is a good stick. And you know what I like about that flavor blend profile is I like the spice followed with that sweetness.
Sweet, yeah.
You know, it's not just all spice. You know, back in the day when I really didn't have a palate, I just smoked pure spice.
He had a grenade for a tongue. Everything was fire.
Exactly. But getting something that has that spice in it that also has that sweetness is nice. Yeah. And, you know,
it elevates your palate, man.
Yeah, it really
takes
does.
You to a different level.
And I was talking to a guy the other day, and he was saying that after listening to the show, he started trying some Connecticut's. So I was like, yeah, man, now that's how you start your journey. I'm not saying that you specifically have to go to Connecticut's, but getting out of your comfort zone.
And that's seriously getting out your comfort zone.
Right. And because he was a full-blown Maduro smoker. And I was like, that's kind of what I did. I jumped into the Connecticut's, and I smoked some Connecticut's that I don't care for. They didn't do anything for me.
But you tried them.
I tried them. But I found several Connecticut's that I love to this day. Yeah. You look at the McAuliffe Connecticut, you look at the La Galera Connecticut. I love those sticks. And so getting out of your comfort zone to try something different. So what's the next wrapper we're going to talk about?
Cameroon.
The Cameroon.
Which is grown in Africa, the nation of Cameroon. as well as neighboring Central African republics. You know, it's prized for its lush, approachable flavors, which are often wonderful and have a balance of natural sweetness and that spice. You know, you find the Arturo Fuente Hemingways, the Arturo Fuente Don Carloses. They have Cameroon wrappers on them.
Well, let me tell you this. One of my favorite sticks is the AJ Fernandez New World Cameroon.
Which has a...
Dude, that wrapper is like sticky. You know what I mean? It's like so oily and smooth. And I love the different texture of that wrapper. It's not like your typical coarse, you know, gritty.
Yeah, we got to
wrapper.
kick that dude out
I know.
the studio.
I can't see, and I'm not looking. We got Big Larry sitting over here in the corner. You know, I don't know what he's doing, but I'm not looking.
When you say it's sticky.
So, but anyway, no, I really like the Cameroon. It's become, you know, there's just so many good wrappers out there that you don't have to smoke the same wrapper all the time.
Experience. Take that journey. You will find that there are sticks out there that you would never have thought of smoking, and you're like, "Wow, this tastes great." The smoke, the pipe, the peppers, the aroma. If you don't branch out, you'll never find out.
It's kind of like if you're just eating hamburgers every day, you're missing out on the world of food.
You know what they used to say: if all you eat is saltines, you don't understand the Ritz.
Exactly.
It's once you try that Ritz, you're like, I ain't never eating a saltine again. But that's the way it is with cigars, man. You try, and then you understand that, okay, yeah, this used to be my favorite, but now I'm liking this. And then you find others that give you that profile, that give you that hit your palate that way. And now you've opened yourself.
And, you know, the thing about it is, once you open up the door for that journey, after lots of sticks, lots of different wrappers, lots of different blends, you're going to find that you absolutely love sticks that you never thought you might.
Yes.
And then the sticks that you used to love might not be a stick that you even smoke anymore.
Because now your palate has grown. And you start experiencing different things. You start experiencing different tastes, and you like that. I like this now. And then you go back to that super pepper bomb, and you're like, wait a minute. Nah, man, I need a little bit more.
And you know, every once in a while, I'll go back and smoke a pepper bomb. Like, you know, one of the cigars we were talking about during the pre-show was the Edge.
Yeah.
You know, it's a pepper bomb.
Yes, it is.
It's Rocky Patel's. Yeah. And, you know, every now and then, I like to smoke one of those. It's like I pull out a 126 proof bourbon, and it's like, what's going to marry up with that?
Yeah. You got something here that don't marry with nothing, though.
Yeah, the White Lightning.
Oh, God, man.
Did you like what I posted?
Bruh.
About that being the new drink of the Dallas Cowboys fans?
Yeah, because that's what they need, a wake up.
You know, what's funny is I posted that, and someone was like, oh, yeah, that's good stuff. And I was like, that's not what I meant.
No, it's not.
If you like alcohol, if you like alcohol, that Buffalo Trace White Lightning
is perfect for you.
What's it, White Dog?
White Dog.
Yeah.
No, it's really White Lightning.
You're on a different level than me. And before you go on to your next wrapper, let's talk about what we're drinking tonight.
Oh, most definitely.
I picked up a bottle of 1792 small batch. I've never had it, but I've had friends that told me it was good, and
they didn't lie.
They did not lie. I was very impressed, and dude, it was $32. That's a great price point for a good bourbon.
It's a new one for me on my list.
Yeah, it really is. And, you know, on Halloween night, I went out to Paul's house, and we were drinking some Evan Williams Bottle and Bond. Dude, that's a great bargain bourbon too for not even $20. It's like $18 for 100 proof.
My question is, it's Halloween night and you out in the middle of the woods. What you doing, bro? Did you go out there with a banjo?
No. I just wanted to, you know what? I talked to Paul, and he had a fire going outside in the fire pit, and I was like, dude, that'd be nice, because the weather was perfect.
Yeah, it was
like 64 degrees.
especially with a fire pit outside. You're going to stay warm.
Yeah.
But still had a little bit of Christmas everywhere. Crisp air just hitting you.
And with that air and that 100 proof bourbon.
Yeah, you good.
And a cigar.
You're good. You're
It was
good.
Great, man.
You're good.
It really was.
Good company, good area, good. Like you said, great night. Weather was like, okay, we're going to take care of them tonight. Yeah, I can see that.
It was
I can
good.
see that.
It was good.
Please just tell me you didn't go out there with a costume.
No.
So you didn't go out there as you?
Ha 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 ha. No, I went as Adam.
That's even worse. Where'd you get the beard?
You mean the fig?
The fig.
So tell us about the next rapper.
Habano.
Oh, dude, and
I know you
I have
love,
been
yeah.
all over the Habano.
Yes, sir.
That Herencia Habano from McAuliffe, dude, I have been all over that. That is
Cuban seed, Cuban style,
Yes.
but you get a different Herencia. It should be more than it is.
Oh, I agree.
It should be more than it is.
That is a value
Yes.
stick. It
For what you
really
get
is.
in that stick, it is a value. It
And,
really is.
You know, that I'm going to tell you, it's starting to be neck and neck with the medallion.
You said that.
I know, dude.
You said that.
I'm
That's-
serious.
That's scary for you. Something to get to almost on the same level as a medallion.
It's
Bruh.
right up there. And you know well, the reason why is because it's such a good cigar,
Oh, yeah.
but it's like the opposite.
Yeah.
You know, with the medallia, you get the sweet cocoa-ness.
Mm-hmm.
You get like some really nice floral, some light notes
Yep.
with a little bit of spice, to where the Herencia Habano is more of the spice, the leather, the earth.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Earthy, coffee bean, wood, leather, them little bit of spices. It gives you go from not the pepper bomb, but the pepper bomb with taste, with a roller coaster ride, to the medallia that's to like, okay, I'm chilling. I'm really chilling with this ride, and you get everything else. I mean, I can understand it. I truly can. That Herencia is it's underpriced. That's all I got to say. It's underpriced. That's why I love buying them.
Yeah, and it's I like the torpedo.
Yeah, I like the torpedo too, and it's rare because I'm not a torpedo guy like you.
Really?
No, I'm not. I'm not.
You know, I don't know what it is. I mean, I just really dig the torpedoes, and I can straight cut them or deep V cut them.
Mhm.
And because I had a torpedo. Oh, I had a Herencia at the Leaf, and I deep V cut that. Luke was there. Luke. Oh, let's talk about this for a minute.
Okay.
So we went up to the Leaf. Was that last Saturday night or Friday night? Friday night. So we went up last Friday night, and Luke smoked his first McAuliffe A.
How'd you like it, bro? It was really See,
And you know that's dude. He
has walked in with a silver spoon in his mouth.
his journey is avoiding the deep dark valleys that I went through.
Yeah, dude, man.
You know what I mean?
I have to be honest with it. My very first cigar that I smoked was a Philly, and that's not a cigar.
Yeah.
You smoking cardboard. So when I got in the Army and I got introduced to the Monte Cristo, I was like, that thing I had didn't taste like this. You know, but he's coming in on the air, you know, in a space that's like, you've gone through all the trials and tribulations that we went through, but you've surpassed them.
Let me tell you a quick little story
What's
that
that?
happened this weekend.
Uh-oh.
So I was looking for a quick little smoke,
Okay.
and I opened the humidor, and I don't have any cigars in there for a quick little smoke, but I noticed there was a cigar in his box that I
It
gave
is.
him that was like this big.
Uh-huh.
It was a petite Corona.
Okay.
And I was like, hey, bro, I don't have a short, quick smoke. You think I could have that one and smoke it? And he was like, didn't you already smoke one of those? And I was like, yeah. And he was like,
answer. Great answer.
he said no.
Great
I
answer.
was like, dude.
I'm your father. Sorry, Anakin. You still can't.
Hey, so you should be impressed.
I am.
I didn't smoke it anyway.
And you didn't?
No.
Oh, because he's your son. That's the reason why. You know, he got more of the force than you do.
Yeah.
Dude, you didn't smoke it?
I didn't smoke it. Well, no, I did not smoke it. But after he walked out, I was like, that little son of a... I was thinking, you know, I'm sure he's going to give that
It's
to
like,
me.
I'm his dad. Yeah, he'll let me have it. Nah, bruh.
Hey, well,
Like, nah, bruh, that's
you know,
mine.
here's the thing. I had a guy, in fact, one of those cigars I gave you earlier is from Costa Rica. And if you look, I talked to a guy that owns that company, and he sent me a bunch of those, not that cigar, but a bunch of that line.
Okay.
But there were several of these that were like the little Coronas.
Okay.
And when I talked to him, he was like, yeah, if you want a nice 20-minute smoke. But you know what? That little petite Corona actually lasted like 40 minutes. I was really impressed. But
go ahead.
I want to say this, though. They got some work to do.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? They're not where they need to be.
Okay.
There was some good sticks, and there were some not so good sticks.
I understand.
And, I understand it's a hand-rolled product. You're not always going to have perfection, but they got some work to do.
Got you.
And I generally enjoy Costa Rican cigars, Costa Rican coffee. If it's Costa Rican, I like it. You know what I mean?
I got you. My story is Saturday, me and my wife went to Fort Worth. And when we got in the vehicle, she wanted to start an argument. So I said, okay, I know how to end this.
You slapped the shit out of her?
No, sir.
Oh,
I'll never do that. I pulled out a CAO Flathead 770
You lit that bad boy up.
for 2.5 hours.
Where were y'all going?
to Fort Worth.
Oh.
Bruh, the entire trip on 20. Me and that Flathead.
770.
770. She was like,
Did you smoke it all the way there?
All the way there.
That's
and when I got
hilarious.
there, I still had the last third. She's like, does that thing ever end? I was like, no.
That's why I lit it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the last time I smoked a 770, it was a flathead.
Uh-huh.
But I bought it for the buying of my house.
Okay.
And I smoked it on the front patio because, one of the biggest reasons that the house that we picked was it was an older style home, craftsman style, that has the porch.
Mm-hmm.
The porch is very important to me because I like sitting out on the porch smoking a cigar.
Dude, you like doing a lot of things on that porch.
That's true.
Drug dealers come down the street. He sits out there with his AR and everything else. Smoking a stick and drinking coffee.
I never sat out on my front porch with my AR.
What was it?
It was the AK-47 with the drum roll. And when I say drum roll, I mean magazine. Yeah.
Dude.
I've sat out there with my Colt 45, my shotgun.
I came
my
up one night
AK-47.
and I didn't see you sitting out there. And I got out and you say, hey, I was like, oh, what the hell? I started reaching.
If I don't have the porch light on,
it wasn't on.
it's just dark.
You can't see him.
Because I got that huge
Yes.
pecan tree that blocks out any light.
Everything.
So, yeah. But no, that just goes back to the 770 is a celebratory cigar or shut your wife up cigar.
It was a celebrating quietness.
Your wife's talking, you're like, oh, excuse me, I got a puff.
And then I let the window up and just have a crack so the smoke is staying
Dude,
there.
that is so mean. Whenever I'm in the car smoking, I have to have the window down about that much so that when I, and you got to blow your smoke
out
towards the corner
Yep.
and it'll suck it right out. But if it's not, my wife would be like, that smoke's coming right over here. So let's talk about that for just a minute
What's that?
before we get back to your wrappers.
What's that?
So if you're smoking in the car, I mean, I guess it depends on the person you're with.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, because, I mean, I'm impressed that your wife even lets you smoke while she's in the car.
It truly blew my mind the first time. She said, you want to smoke a cigar? I was like, yeah. And we're in my truck, so
Right.
She's like, I was like, yeah. She said, go ahead. And I was like, really? She's like, yeah. I said, that's all I needed from then on. Where I get in that mood, and she looks at him. She's like, oh man, that's a big one. I'm like, yeah. At 770, she was like, 2.5 hours later, I was down to the last third. She said, does that thing ever end? I was like, nope. Nope.
I'll tell you what. I know a guy who buys the Flathead 770, and when he gets them, he cuts them in half.
Why?
Because he's got 2 cigars, and they're going to last. And now I've never done that because I think you're messing with the blend.
Yes,
but he's a budget-minded cigar smoker, and
you do get 2 out of it.
And
you
know,
will.
and here's the thing: I don't judge other people for what they smoke, how they smoke, whatever. So I mean, and I'll tell you this: I took my brother when we went to go visit last an acid blondie. So, I mean, that tells you that I'm not judgmental.
Yeah,
because I would never smoke an acid.
You talk about people that smoke acid.
I might talk about you,
but
but it's all in fun.
Yeah, got you.
But, all right, let's get on to the next
one
rapper.
is the San Andreas.
Dude, that is another good
Mexico,
rapper.
baby. Yes, sir. Volcanic Sauce gives it a different taste.
Well, and not just the volcanic soul, because you have the volcanic soul also in Brazil. You have it in Costa Rica. You have it in Nicaragua. But it's also that region. Yeah. So
the
you
Gulf
get
of Mexico.
that soil, but you also get that special region growing in Mexico. And I think that the San Andreas has really come on strong over the last, probably 4 or 5 years. I think that is one of and it's one of the blends that comes out pretty spicy.
Oh yes,
you're always gonna. I mean,
because you feel that crack back, that black pepper in it. You can really taste that, especially on a retro hair.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you're like, yeah, that's some black pepper, that baby.
You get ready when you smoke a San Andreas.
Yeah, because you have to prepare, and you get the notes of brewed coffee, the dark chocolate, almonds at times because my palate in the beginning, I could not discern almonds. I couldn't. And what helped me was I started eating almonds, and in eating them, I realized what that taste was. And then I started noticing it in certain sticks, and I was like, oh, that's what they're talking about. But before that, I couldn't discern almonds in any stick. If you told me it tastes like almonds, I'm like, no, I don't taste that. But that's your palate. You either grow it or you leave it where it is. So I was just able to find a way.
Now, are you aware?
Nope.
That the Medallia San Andreas Habano?
No.
Yeah.
For real?
Yeah. So I'm a big fan. But I'm a big fan. What, are you going to double check me?
No, I'm just going to try.
Do
we have it?
Do we have it? Do we have what?
Any medallions left?
No, I'm out right now. What were you going to do?
Nothing. I wanted one.
I'm sorry, I'm not a cigar store.
And San Andreas? Dude, like really? You're not a cigar store?
I'm a cigar enthusiast.
Larry looked over there like, yeah, right.
Well, I did give you a couple of sticks.
Yes, you did. I appreciate it.
You got one of the Costa Ricans.
And a Camacho.
And then I gave you the Camacho Triple Maduro.
Yes, sir. I'm going to enjoy this.
So I got to tell you,
go out and eat a steak
that Camacho Triple Maduro is a regift. I mean, it doesn't make any difference to you.
It doesn't. But who gifted it to you?
Paul.
Okay.
From the Leaf.
Okay.
And he knows I like the Triple Maduro, and I've had a bad experience with one. And I'm not giving you that because I'm holding a grudge. I'm not.
Okay.
I was excited about it. But it's not a torpedo, and it's too damn big.
For you, yeah.
What ring gauge is that, a 60?
Yeah, let me see.
I mean, it's either a 58 or a 60. I couldn't tell just by looking at it.
Yeah, it looks like a 58.
Yeah, it's big.
Yep.
And, I just can't smoke cigars that big anymore.
Okay.
I mean, I can.
But I
don't enjoy it. It's
that's not
my
your
wheelhouse.
choice. Yeah,
it's
that's
really
not your choice.
And so I thought, I know you like big cigars.
Yes.
That's why the Costa Rican, I saved you the big one.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Thank you,
I would like
sir.
to know what you think about it after you smoke it.
You will. You'll find out.
So how's that 1792 doing you over there?
You see, I'm holding on.
You need some more?
Yes.
All right.
Since you said
that. So anyway, that's the rapper wrap up.
Wrap up.
Okay. Let's talk a minute about our pick 6 for the week, and then we'll get on to the Romacraft drama news.
Yes, sir.
You want to go? Yeah, I'm going to let you go first.
As usual.
I always let you go first.
First, Partagas Black.
And that's a pretty bold stick.
Yep.
I mean, that's not one of your normal go-tos.
Ooh, but I like Partagas Black sticks. I do. The CAO Brasilia, as I said earlier.
Oh, yeah. You smoked one of those this week?
Yes.
Nice.
And I
haven't had one of those probably in like 2 months.
I smoked one today. If I hadn't smoked it, I'd have gave it to you. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
And I have to pull up the creme de la creme, the one that made my Saturday the best.
What?
The Flathead 770.
Oh, nice. Nice.
That one gave me a great Saturday.
Man, I'll tell you what, that you talking about that, and I don't know if I could smoke a 7x70, but I could definitely do a 6x60 just because it's the box press. That I think that's probably for me the best cigar CAO makes.
Okay.
Is the two flatheads.
Well, I love the Amazon Basin, but
I know you do, and that is a good stick.
You can't find it
and you can't find it, and it's what I like about that one is it is just great tobacco.
Yes.
But it's a quality stick. But what I love about, to me, the Flathead 660 and 770 are the two best flatheads they make. I know they make some other spark plug
and everything else,
steel horse.
Yeah.
But those two cigars is the signature of the series.
Gotcha.
So makes me want to smoke one. I might have to smoke one of those this week. Maybe it'll make my pick six next week. So this week, for me, I was down at the Leaf and smoked the Viva La Vida Torpedo. Mm-hmm. So that's on my list. Luke's like, can you send me your list? Luke is now putting those in the description as we finally get there. People have asked me, finally Luke is like writing this stuff down. I don't know why he hadn't been doing that all along. He's been with us for 3 months. But he's young, he's a slacker. Oh, he's walking out. He's quitting.
No.
Anyway, my first pick is the Viva La Vida Torpedo. I went down, hung out with Larry this week at the Leaf, which is, shocking. I'm sure everybody's shocked. But I smoked one of those. Great stick. Dude, that is a great stick. And then my next one on the list, and you might have seen me post pictures of it on Instagram, was the My Father's.
Yeah, I saw it.
I didn't get to finish.
I saw it on Instagram.
Legrano Fuerte.
Yep, I saw it on Instagram.
And that's when I bought that ball of 1792. Great pairing. Great pairing. And then, finally, what do you say? Last but not least? Least but not last? Whatever. Yeah. No, not least but not last. I'm going to go with this Aquitaine from Romacraft.
Okay.
It's been a while since I've been on that little bandwagon, but I've been smoking a couple here and there this week, and I got to say, I really missed it.
We were at Romacraft, Roma Thursdays. Ooh.
Oh, dude, Roma Thursdays, and, the thing about it is, when they brought Romacraft in the Leaf, I have been trying to get Romacraft in the Leaf for like a year, and then Bill finally brought them in, and it was like, bam. And I was,
Yeah, you were like, yes.
I was like,
try this, try that. I was like, I like this.
And they got a great line.
Oh,
they got a great line from the Neanderthals to the
Cro-Magnons.
The
everything.
Neanderthal that I like is the genetic deformity.
Yeah. I'm a Baca
It's like
man,
the 4.5-inch cigar, got a square head top. I know you like the Baca.
Woo. God, that Baca, man.
That's a good stick. I'm a big fan of Romacraft.
Yes.
I think, I have never met Skip Martin.
Me neither.
But we've met Mike Rosales, and we've had him on the show a couple of times. And he is just a down-to-earth, genuine guy.
If anybody heard our interview with him at their headquarters, you find out how he's just like us. He's a guy that came from nothing and made something out of himself, man. When we were sitting there talking about the fried bologna sandwiches, I was like, I'm looking at this dude like, really? Really?
Brian's like, I can relate to fried bologna. Now you said the fried bologna sandwich. He did as well. I have to say earlier before the show started, I never had a fried bologna sandwich. I had bologna sandwiches, but we used to do the fried bologna on the open face toast.
Okay, I can see that, but nah.
So, we were upper class, white trash, because you would have that fried bologna on a piece of
bread,
toast.
one piece of bread toasted. They're upper class.
Hey, if you toast the bread, you're upper class because now you're using a fork and a knife to cut it.
Get out of here, man.
I'm serious.
Dude, there's a restaurant that used to be in St. Louis called London and Sons. You know what they had on their menu? Fried bologna. It was a sandwich with mayonnaise, lettuce, and tomato and cheese. And I'm talking about, bruh.
That's like a BLT.
And they cut that thick with the red rind still around after it was fried. Dude, you talking
Did
about?
they crisp it?
Oh, yes.
Because, Mom used to crisp it. It was almost like bacon.
Our stuff. When I fried bologna, it was just like bacon, and you cut it to make it look like Pac-Man so it didn't bubble up.
When's the last time you had a fried bologna sandwich?
I'm going to say 4 months ago.
Are you serious?
Yep.
Where?
At home.
You fried up bologna?
And when I went home, we went home in June. I actually tried to find London and Sons. They only serve the chicken now. They don't have a fried bologna sandwich. I was mad. They used to have fried bologna, fried pork chop sandwiches. That pork chop sandwich with 2 pieces of Wonder Bread and mayonnaise and mustard. Oh my God, man. You talking about, I love growing up in the hood.
Hey, I don't blame
We
you.
fried everything.
Oh, I know. You know what? I was telling my wife, I saw somebody the other day on YouTube, and they were making fried devil eggs.
Oh, yes.
And my wife was like, that's of the devil.
Yeah, and it's good. They say everything from the devil is good, but it ain't good for you.
Right.
It's good.
Have you had them?
Yes.
I've never had them.
Dude, it is delicious, man.
I was like, what's not to love? I love deviled eggs.
It's a devil egg, and you fried it? Oh, yeah.
They put some panko on it.
And when you bite it, it crunches, but you still got that egg white that's just, oh, my God.
And then whatever
I don't care
put
how
in
you look over there, Larry. It is good.
Hey.
He said it sound good.
Yeah, Larry doesn't do fast food.
Nah.
He's kind of pretentious when it comes to going out to eat.
I like that word.
You know what I mean?
Pretentious.
Pretentious.
He's a snob.
He's a snob.
Bougie.
He doesn't eat the Popeye spicy chicken sandwich,
Dude.
which you turned me on to.
Ooh, me and Luke got you eating.
Yeah.
Look at you. You can't turn them down now, can you?
I'm a big fan. And you know what? Here's the thing. When you first turned me onto it, I was kind of like, yeah, whatever. Because I was a Chick-fil-A guy.
Yeah.
And now, if I'm going to have a chicken sandwich, I'm going to Popeyes.
He's on the dark side.
I'm on the dark side.
Anakin has changed.
So, but anyway, yeah, I like the Popeyes chicken sandwich.
Good, dude. I'm telling you, man.
You know what I like about it? When you get the sandwich, it's got a piece of chicken on it.
Yes, it's a real piece of chicken. It ain't that flat. Where's the beef? No, where's the chicken?
Yeah.
At Popeyes,
It's like,
baby.
they don't put chicken on their sandwich. That's a rooster. Cockle-doodle-doo.
Leave that alone.
So, anyway, you know what?
You know what I'm gonna do? What I'm gonna do?
No, go ahead.
Because we're going home for Thanksgiving.
Oh, are you really?
Yeah, and my grandmother's. If she's still here, pray the Lord, she is 95. She's going to bake some snoots for me.
You're going to have your grandmother who's...
My grandmother refuses to not cook.
She refuses not to live.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Because how old is she?
95.
95. That's awesome,
Born in
man.
1925, man. She's seen a lot.
Just think, if you could live that long, you still got 30 plus years.
No, I got way more than 30 plus years.
There's no way. No
Not
way.
to 95. 42, baby. I got 40 plus years to get to 95.
Oh, wow. I forgot you're not that old.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what? Oh, God, I was getting ready to say something.
So
Yeah.
you got 40 years.
I was getting ready to say something.
Hey, but don't worry. You'll never make 95.
That's what you say.
You're
I'm
not.
I'm going to prove you wrong.
You know what?
You know what I'm gonna do?
You'll be lucky. You'll be lucky to make
I'm going to be standing
70.
I'm going to be standing over your grave. Smoking a flathead 770 at 95 like
I hope you do.
Like Rob, I made it.
I hope you
now
do.
that may be my last thing I do.
You know what? If you're still alive when I'm dead and it would be my 75th birthday,
I'm gonna come out there and-
smoke a cigar
I
on
am.
my grave.
I am. I'm gonna celebrate it with you, bro. I am.
Ash all over my
I'm
headstone.
not gonna ash on your headstone, but I'm gonna leave you a medallion sitting right
There
there.
you go. And you can even smoke it.
No, I'm not gonna smoke.
Okay.
That's yours, bro.
No, I won't smoke it.
See,
I'll be dead.
I hung around Junior too long. I'm gonna leave it for you.
Day of the Dead.
Man, I miss that dude, man.
No kidding, man. Junior, shout out to you, brother.
Yeah,
Love
man.
you. Miss you.
Dude, man. You talking about a real brother of the leaf, man.
Let's talk about the cigar community for a minute.
God,
I mean, you guys, what a great community to be a part of.
Yeah.
You can be, I even hate to say that because, the regular saying is you could be a janitor to a senator.
Mm-hmm.
But that implies that the janitor's at the bottom.
Yeah.
And he's not.
He's not.
He is all of us.
Yes.
We are all brothers of the leaf.
Come on, man.
And so if you haven't gone down to your local shop and hung out and smoked cigars, you're missing out. I go down to several different shops whenever I've traveled. And like one of the places that comes to mind is Smoker's Haven. Mm-hmm. And I go in there and I see, you know what I love about that place?
The dog
is... No, that's it. Good karma.
Good karma, yeah.
But at Smoker's Haven, like I always see the regular guys, but I always see like one or two new guys.
That's cool.
You know what I mean?
That's cool.
That's
because that shows growth. That's growth, man.
Right.
That's letting you know that community is not going to end with us, man. It's not. That's why I love the way that Luke is getting into it, man, because he's going to be able to bring his friends into it.
Let me tell you a little story.
Uh-oh.
So Saturday night, he went to a Halloween party, and I was talking to him yesterday, and he was like, you know what? I almost took a cigar, and I was like, yeah, but you can't. Because you can't be the guy that shows up with just one cigar,
yeah,
and you can't be the guy shows up with 10 good cigars and give out cigars to guys who know nothing about cigars
because you're gonna be hurting with. They abuse it.
Well, I was like, I've done that before, and I look over and someone's taking like 3 puffs off a cigar and then throws it in the yard, and I'm like, I could have smoked that.
Yes,
I get it. Guys want to try. But they're not ready. When guys, and the best way to introduce a friend or someone to a cigar is not in a large group.
Nope.
It's a one-on-one setting, and it's a relaxing type situation.
The smaller the group, the better the spirit.
So if you bring in a new friend into the realm of cigars, make it one-on-one or 2 guys at the max. And that way everybody can talk about what they're experiencing, sit back and enjoy the time together. And if you take cigars to a party, it's a lost cause.
Get you some new Cubas.
Yeah.
Take what you want to smoke and a bunch of new Cubas.
Or some Phillies.
Oh, God, don't take them now, man. Because you'll never win them back. You'll never win them back.
Can you pass that bottle back
sir.
over? Thank you, sir. I'm telling you what, this small batch 1792 is pretty. Do you need another drink over there, Larry? Larry's good. I've never heard Larry say that before.
He has another bottle.
Did he bring something?
Yeah, that Maker's Mark.
Larry, I'm going to tell you, I'm not a fan of Maker's Mark. Oh, you're not. See, he said I'm not either.
So you brought the junk to us?
I was desperate. Hey, it's not cheap.
I know it's not.
Maker's Mark is not cheap. I'm just not a fan. And if you're a fan of Maker's Mark, I say to each their own. But I've never been a fan of it. I remember the last time I ordered one at a bar, and I was just like, wow, this is not good.
It wasn't because they watered it down.
No, they didn't water it down at all because I don't drink water. I drink it neat.
Straight.
Yeah.
Nothing. I don't need nothing with it. Just a glass and it.
Right.
And move on.
I'm one of those guys that I don't want it with ice.
No, me neither.
Whether it be chunk or if it's even one of those round
big balls,
or a big cube, I don't like it chilled.
I got you.
And then I also don't like it watered down at all. And which is funny because back in 2016, I always ordered my Jameson doubles, and I would say just a little bit of ice. And now I can't stand ice in it. It completely changes the flavor profile of the bourbon. Yeah.
See, his liver is gone.
My liver's gone. No reason to water that stuff down.
At all.
We're just going full force.
You give it water, it start cursing. What are you doing?
So I wanted to bring up a subject matter that
Talk to me.
is more drama than cigar news.
Tell the truth, bro.
But, I got to say this because I was disappointed when I read the whole article. And I say article, and I don't know how to pronounce this guy's name, but it's Jeff Borisiewicz. Oh, my son thinks he can read this last name.
He's the producer.
Yeah, that's a crazy last name. Look at him. Let Larry look at it.
There's too many consonants
Larry.
in there.
Hey, Larry's traveled the world, and he just looked at the name and said, "Woo!" Borsowitz. Okay. Borsowitz. Okay. I don't know the guy. I invited him on the show, and he didn't respond.
Mm-hmm.
And then he owns, apparently, the Corona cigar shop, something like that.
I thought you was going to say he owned Corona. I was going to say, what?
So I don't know anything about the guy. I don't know anything about his business. All I know is he's in the cigar industry.
Got you.
Okay. But he posted a very long opinion. And basically, he took the opportunity to write a very slanted, damaging personal opinion about Roma Craft cigars based on his opinion of one of the owners, Skip Martin. And like I told you, I've never met Skip Martin. I don't know anything about Skip Martin other than he lives in Nicaragua and he makes great cigars.
Yes.
And so that's all I have to go on. I also then reached out to Skip Martin, and Skip Martin, I said, hey, with all this drama going on, I'd love to have you on the show. And he responded. Now let me back up. I sent out an invitation to Jeff, the owner of Corona. I can see on Messenger that he read my message, and then he didn't respond.
Okay.
So, I don't know about you, but when I send a message out and I can see that you've read it and you just don't respond, it's kind of like saying screw off.
Yeah.
Or I don't have time for you.
Or who are you?
Or who are you? Whatever. It's just not a good feeling when you invite someone to be a guest. And, it's one thing for you to say no, but it's another thing for you just not to respond.
Yeah.
And so that was my experience with Jeff. My experience with Skip Martin was I said, hey, with everything that's going on, the drama, we'd love to have you on the show and get your side of it, blah, blah, blah. And Skip said, you know what? I don't want to engage on all this drama. It's not a healthy situation. It's not beneficial. And so I'm just going to let that die down. And I said, you know what? Hats off to you for taking the high road.
Yeah, that's the high road.
Because it would be easy for you to come on the show and just bash this guy that's starting, trouble on the internet. And, after I read what the guy wrote about Skip Martin, I was just blown away with how much negativity was in the comments. But I will say this, out of 30 comments, there was 2 or 3 people that were like, it's cigars.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Yeah.
And after I read about it, what I see it comes down to is a difference in political opinions. And I'm not jumping on someone's bandwagon because of who they support politically. We don't do politics on this show. If you want to talk about politics and what's wrong with this country, I'll tell you right now, it's politics.
Yeah. There's a million places you can talk about that, but the cigar talk is not it.
Right. Yeah, cigar talk, we're not a whipping post for whatever side you're on. There's plenty of people at your local lounge that you can talk to that about. You know what I mean?
You can have those conversations with.
But we're not going to engage in that. But that being said, here's my thing. Whether you agree or disagree with someone's political stance, to me, it just goes beyond crazy when you start trying to do damage to other people's businesses.
Yeah.
And, my parents, I remember back when John Kerry was running? I remember after John Kerry was running, I went home and my mother, we had a cookout and had hamburgers and fries and apple pie. And when they brought me my food, I was like, what is this Hunt's ketchup? Where's the Heinz?
Yeah.
We grew up on Heinz.
Yeah.
And my parents were like, we're not buying Heinz because John Kerry is married to the Heinz heiress. And I was like, I don't give a crap who he's married to.
I want my Heinz.
I'm not eating Hunt's. Hunt's is like chunky ketchup. But anyway, you know, if you want to support your side so much that you're going to, you know, disenfranchise a cigar brand or any brand for that matter, that's your prerogative. I get it. I just think that it does not bode well when you try to take down or knock a whole company, because you got to think about these companies. Let's just say that you don't like Skip Martin. Mm-hmm. Okay, fine. But you're wanting to knock down his business, and how many people in Nicaragua are surviving on those cigar sales? And then look at the people that work at the headquarters that do the shipping, the packaging,
the marketing, everything that has to go with the business. You're affecting them.
Right. And so that's where I have the problem was when you start taking money from people who that's their livelihood.
And they had nothing to do with it.
And they don't have, I mean, you think about those farmers in Nicaragua. They don't have
no horse in this race.
Right. Right. And so that was just like, you know what? We talk about the cigar community,
and that's not it.
And that doesn't seem to be part of it. Now, like I said, I don't know the whole backstory. I don't know behind the scenes. Maybe Skip Martin pulled out a huge sword and cut off his dog's head. I don't know. But from what I could tell, that was how angry this guy was at Skip Martin, as if he had whipped out a huge sword and cut off his dog's head.
In that, we have to realize that, you know, when you're in your emotions, you say things and you do things that later on you realize, you know, I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have said that. I shouldn't have went that far. But now you're trying to retract and you're trying to make right or wrong that you did. Where if you just,
which I've had to do many times.
Me too, but that's how I learned from it.
Right.
Because I've done those things. And you realize it's best to just shut your mouth, move on. As long as nobody puts their hands on you,
and you know
they can have whatever opinion they want.
Right.
Just don't touch me. You can say whatever you want, but just don't touch me, man.
Well, and you know, I mean, how would it be if, let's just say, for example, me and you got into an argument and my reaction wasn't to come to you directly, but I started sending emails to your boss.
Yeah, I've seen a situation like that before, and
because that's what's happened. Is this guy has gone publicly to Facebook,
and this is the thing.
Facebook is not the place to air out your laundry.
These people were in the church. You know, this the only thing that is more volatile than politics is church. And one of the members of the church went after this person's job, man.
Right.
Start sending stuff to the district. He was a teacher. Start sending stuff to, he does this. And all of it were lies. That's the part that blew me out more than anything.
But even if it was true,
why?
Talk to your brother. Talk to your brother. And if you can't resolve it,
move on.
Distance yourself from that person and move on.
Move on.
I just don't understand the petty drama.
That's what it is, petty.
You know what I mean? And it's like when you throw it out on Facebook to gain public opinion.
Now it becomes worldwide.
What does that do?
Nothing. It just shows who you really are.
That's what I think.
Yep. It just shows who you
and
really
so
are.
Now, after we've said everything that we've said, if Skip Martin or Jeff Sologovich, I apologize for the pronunciation.
You just killed that man's name. You just murdered that dude's name.
I apologize. I am just a lowly white Texas boy.
Oh, my God.
My last name is Jones. So my pronunciation of different names might not be the best, but it could be the worst.
Yeah, it could be.
So anyway, that's all. I just found it disturbing that people turn to social media to air out their laundry instead of working it out between themselves. And if, like I said, if you can't work it out, then you distance yourself and move on.
Especially in the cigar. We have a different mindset than that. And that's not a part of it. That is not a part of it. I can agree to disagree with you and move on with life.
Exactly. So anyway, guys, that's going to wrap up this week's show. I hope you learned something or were entertained or enjoyed. But hold on, but we also want to turn back around at the end of each episode on YouTube. Go by our YouTube channel.
Yes.
If you go by our webpage, one of the top 3 links is to our YouTube channel, and subscribe, like, love,
so you can get that ding.
Hit the bell for the alarm that there's a new video. And if you make it to the very end of the video, all of our Patreons are listed for a shout out. And so if you would like to be a Patreon, go by our website. It's one of the first links as well. There's many different tiers. There's lots of benefits. You get the pre-show. For our producers, I meet with them once a month and we talk about show ideas.
Which were some of the questions that were asked tonight.
Which was one of the things talking about new cigar smokers came from the Patreons. So, we have a great relationship with those guys. They're really part of Cigar Talk.
Yes.
So if you'd like to be a Patreon, go by, sign up. We'd love to interact with you and get your support and get your ideas. Some of them we use. I will say this. Orlando has come up with several ideas that we threw out because he doesn't have very good ideas. No.
So if you become a Patreon, you get to be on the herfs and you see how certain people are treated.
Hey, I will tell you this. We do have a super herf coming up soon. Yes. And we're going to be doing some McAuliffe giveaways on that, so you're not going to want to miss that. But we will post that on Instagram and Facebook to let you know when the next super herf is. You're not going to want to miss out on that. We're going to be doing some Name That Tune, which, dude, let me tell you, Orlando may not be good at anything else.
But he knows music.
He knows music. Man.
A lot of them I know too, but I can't be a part of it because it'd be.
Dude, you could not compete with Orlando.
There are a lot of songs that I'll look at. I'm like, how in the world does he know that?
Quickly.
I'm like, where did
three notes in,
and he's like, that's so. Man, what? Then you play the rest. I'm like, dude, how did he know that? How?
Yeah, he's something.
Yeah.
And that's what I was going to tell you earlier. When it comes to the Brothers of the Leaf, we are very respectful, but we are also very playful.
Oh, yes.
And, God love him. Orlando's one of those guys I like to mess with
all the time.
And he recently had a surgery.
Yeah.
And
pray for you, bro.
And from what I can tell, recovery's going great. He's doing great, and we're happy to hear about that.
Yes.
But it's all about being just a part of the family.
Yeah.
So anyway, guys, that's going to wrap up the show this week. Hope you enjoyed it. Next week, we should have a special edition. No, I think that's the next week. Anyway, I've got a special edition that's coming up either in 2 weeks or maybe 3 weeks.
Okay.
But we're going to do a show at the Leaf.
Oh, yeah.
And we're going to have...
Yeah,
it's postponed to the next week. I hadn't told you guys yet. My communication level's not always at the top. But anyway, we're going to actually have a show with the guys that do a great YouTube channel called the Cigar Roadshow.
He still uses smoke signals.
Hey, that's right, but I'm puffing.
Yeah.
Anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed the show. Until next week,
keep smoking.